Goldie Hawn. The name means pure, unadulterated joy. For 50 years, she was America's sweetheart. The giggling blonde who solved every problem with a perfectly timed laugh. But behind the scenes, Goldie was suffering from crippling panic attacks and hiding a deep, terrifying insecurity. She was terrified of being seen as the woman behind the actress. Now, at 79, Goldie is finally admitting a truth that stunned Hollywood. He was the only one who satisfied me. This confession, however, is not about physical romance. It's about something far deeper, emotional satisfaction. It is the story of how Goldie Hawn endured 2 disastrous marriages, decades of professional betrayal, and the pressure of a billion-dollar empire, only to be rescued by one man, Kurt Russell, who gave her the one thing she craved: the permission to be real. This is a profound love story that shattered the Hollywood playbook based on a radical philosophy. Why true love must never involve marriage. We're dissecting the chaos, the betrayal, and the final, beautiful choice. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's dive into the greatest love story Hollywood almost missed. Before Kurt, Goldie's life was a textbook example of a star sacrificing personal happiness for public image. Her initial relationships were defined by a desperate search for the stability that fame could not provide. Goldie Hawn was barely a star when she married dancer Gus Triconis in 1969. This was a marriage designed to look good on paper. 2 young artists, both driven. But the foundation was already cracked. Goldie's fame skyrocketed almost overnight with Cactus Flower and her Oscar win. Gus, meanwhile, struggled in her shadow. This is a classic Hollywood tragedy. One spouse's light extinguishes the other's. The relationship quickly imploded under the weight of her career, ending in divorce in 1976. Goldie learned her first crucial lesson. Fame does not bond 2 people, it exposes their weaknesses. Her second marriage to musician Bill Hudson was meant to be different. It produced her 2 famous children, Oliver and Kate, but it was arguably the most volatile period of her life. Hudson later claimed Goldie was cold, manipulative, and selfish, prioritizing her career over her family. The split was brutal. Hudson publicly accused Goldie of systematically erasing him from their children's lives, creating a narrative that painted her as a ruthless star obsessed with control. Goldie admitted years later that she simply needed the chaos to stop. She needed freedom. The relationship became a public-facing performance, and the ending was messy, painful, and permanent. The trauma of the Hudson split cemented a core belief in Goldie. The legal contract of marriage is not a promise of love, it is merely an artifact of ownership. Goldie's ex-husband, Bill Hudson, publicly called her manipulative and cruel for erasing him from the children's lives. Do you believe Goldie was selfish for seeking freedom, or was she justified in cutting off a source of chaos for her children? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. In 1983, everything changed on the set of Swing Shift. Goldie met Kurt Russell. He was 32, she was 37. They were both coming off emotional wreckage, but Kurt saw her differently. Kurt Russell was not intimidated by Goldie's status. On their first night out, they decided to go to a local club. When the club closed, Goldie realized she still wasn't ready for the night to end. So, they drove to a house Goldie had just bought for renovation. It was locked. Kurt didn't hesitate. He climbed over the fence, broke into the house, and found a key. Goldie and Kurt spent their first night together on the floor of an empty house. Goldie later said, "That was the moment. He was real. He was fun. He wasn't trying to impress me. He was just living." Unlike every man before him, Kurt addressed Goldie's most significant problem, her crippling panic attacks, which she had suffered from since she was 21. While promoting Cactus Flower, she experienced such intense anxiety that she thought she was dying. Kurt didn't dismiss her panic. He understood it. He saw the genuine, sensitive woman hiding beneath the giggle girl persona. Goldie confessed that Kurt was the first person to make her feel safe in an unpredictable industry. The satisfaction wasn't simply joy. It was the safety of being truly seen and validated, away from the judgmental Hollywood lens. For over 40 years, Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been Hollywood's most stable couple, precisely because they refuse to follow the rules. Their philosophy is the most profound part of their story. They built their entire relationship on one radical idea: don't get married, so you have to choose each other every day. Goldie stated their famous reasoning: if you have a marriage license, you give yourself the permission to stray because you know you have the safety net. We don't have that net. We have the will to stay together. This is the central philosophical brilliance of their union. Marriage, in their view, is an institutional comfort zone that removes the motivation to constantly work on the relationship. By keeping the legal contract out of it, they must constantly check in, constantly communicate, and constantly recommit. Their love isn't guaranteed by law. It's earned daily through choice. The real test of Kurt Russell's character wasn't his love for Goldie, but his unconditional acceptance of Kate and Oliver. Kurt never tried to replace Bill Hudson. He earned his role as a father figure. Kate Hudson tearfully recalled that her brother Oliver once sent Bill Hudson a public message on Father's Day saying, "Happy Abandonment Day, Pa." It was a cruel, public act of pain, but it showed how completely Kurt had filled the void. Kurt raised them with love, discipline, and a sense of adventure, never demanding the dad title, but simply being the one who showed up. This mastery of the blended family solidified his place as Goldie's true partner. The Hawn-Russell philosophy states that a marriage license removes the motivation to work on love daily. Do you agree that the will to stay together is more powerful and honest than a legally binding contract? Debate in the comments below. In a later interview, Goldie addressed the rumors of affairs and the challenges of monogamy in Hollywood. She was surprisingly pragmatic. She said their bond has elasticity. It bends but never breaks. She admitted that it's normal to find others attractive, and she believes that open communication about those feelings is what keeps love strong. They trust each other completely because they are brutally honest. This level of mature, non-judgmental acceptance is the ultimate form of emotional satisfaction, the freedom to be a flawed human being without fear of abandonment. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell have been together for over 41 years. That is roughly 15,000 days where, legally, either one of them could have walked away without complication. But they didn't. They chose each other. The famous confession, "He was the only one who satisfied me," ultimately means this: Kurt Russell gave Goldie Hawn peace. He replaced the chaos of her youth with stability, the anxiety of Hollywood with safety, and the emptiness of being merely a product with the profound fulfillment of being a woman who was fully seen and fully loved. Their legacy is not the movies they made, but the choice they made every single morning. Final question. Goldie Hawn finally found happiness by choosing freedom over tradition. Do you think their 40-year relationship proves that commitment and honesty are always more important than a marriage certificate? Share your most heartfelt thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the lives that defined Hollywood.